Hi, this is Cale McCutcheon, and you're watching Past Turned Up here on Facebook Live. Today we are joined by Joe, and we are listening to their show, Help Desk with Joe. This is show number 27, and we are going live. This is Cale McCutcheon with the Past Turned Up studio here in Spencer, West Virginia. You're listening to Help Desk with Joe. This is show number 27 and episode 49 of our podcast series. Make sure to tune in for more podcasts, information, and music.
All right, welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and with me, as always, Joe.
We're back for another week.
We are, and show 27. So we're just plugging along, gathering up these shows and bringing all kinds of good news to the community and the technological world out there and the podcast world. And we're back for another week, and you got some good stories. Two of them involve Google and, of course, the latest news and stuff. So let's jump right into it.
All right.
So story number one, a little bit about Google+.
Yeah, Google+. Now, if you aren't familiar with Google+, don't be worried because there's really nothing to worry about. If you actually used Google+ at one point, and just a little backstory, Google+ was Google's failed attempt to be a Facebook competitor several years ago. If you ever used that social media platform, or if you did like what I did, just signed up and used it for about 10 minutes, found out it wasn't worth anything, and just left it abandoned, you actually have some money coming your way.
Wow. Seems like, what did you talk about last week that had some money coming your way? Apple iPhone users.
Yes.
So
Batterygate.
By golly, Batterygate. So another good news story about getting some money back.
Right.
So how's that work?
Okay, so if you use Google+, at some point, you may be eligible for a small piece of a court-mandated $7.5 million privacy settlement. However, before you get all excited and start booking that vacation to the Bahamas,
Yeah.
You're looking anywhere from $5 to $12.
Oh wow! So another big payout.
Right.
Now, what was the money for? What did you have to pay to use Google+? Or
No, what they found out was to qualify. Okay, let me see. Let me check my notes here. Okay, Google operated the Google Plus platform from June 2011 to 2019, April 2019, at which time they shut it down. And after they shut it down, a discovery was made that the app developers were getting access to private information from users.
And they shared it publicly?
Well, they got caught accessing the user's private information that wasn't part of the user agreement.
Right. Oh, wow. Man, that seems pretty standard now. You know, you make a user agreement, you kind of got to stick to it, or you just put a bunch of stuff in there that people have to follow in order to use your app.
Right. Yeah, you just always cover the ifs and buts and all that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of crazy they'd slip up on that.
Right.
But I guess it happens, and so you can have a maximum award of $12 cash.
Well, and it's actually not cash. To start the process, you actually go to Google Plus.
It's
datalitigation.com, fill out the form, which I did that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy. It's just a quick couple minutes form you fill out, and you can actually have a choice of either PayPal or digital check.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see that now. It says in there cash, but then it also says it will be PayPal or ACH transfer. Bank routing and account numbers. So $7.5 million set aside for taking personal information and private information and using it.
Right.
All right, those scoundrels, they were in front of Congress here recently, so anyway, hard to tell.
So not a good time to be a Google employee right now.
Yeah, so whoever slipped up on that one is probably going to have to answer to somebody. But they're a giant company, so it's hard to tell.
Right.
But still, I bet somebody's going around saying you had one job.
Yeah.
Make sure you cover all the corners that we need to cover, and you didn't do it.
Right.
Now look what happened.
So if you want to cash in on this one, you have until October 8th to fill out the form online. And again, that website is googleplusdatalitigation.com.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, again, Joe bringing good news. Somebody can go get a little bit of money for their stolen information, I guess, or misused information.
Not actual stolen data, just misuse of data handling.
So from Google+. So Google+ users, get out there and get your name signed up and get your $12.
Up to $12.
Up to $12. I'm making promises I can't keep there.
Are you trying to get in politics, Dave?
No, definitely not. All right, so story number 2, you got an update on TikTok.
Yes.
And this has been a pretty big story. It's in the news, and it's kind of rolled out now. So give us a good update on, or maybe not a good one, but give an update on TikTok.
Okay, so this was kind of a big story. TikTok, it's the highly popular short video clip app website that a lot of these viral videos have been going around, that has been using.
Well, do you use TikTok?
I downloaded the app. I viewed a few of the videos, but I just didn't get in the whole creating a video on TikTok.
Okay, I don't even have the app. Kale, is that something that you're familiar with?
I watch the videos, yeah.
What do you watch on it? Like, what sorting deal do they have? Like, what do you go watch?
It depends. It has like something with the algorithm. If you watch, like I watch sports videos, so I keep getting a sports feed. But
what I've seen is it has like, and usually you see like young teenage girls doing dances to songs. That's the part that I'm familiar with of the usage. Like I say, I don't have it. I don't watch them. But I've seen some of our soccer team girls like, hey, let's do a quick TikTok video and a song plays, and they lip sync it and dance to it.
Right. Yeah,
that's the only part of it I've seen.
Yeah, that's kind of TikTok's claim to fame, was kids using it to do voiceovers and stuff. Downloading like audio clips and reenacting
they can
them.
pick out their songs. So but you use it in a different way, right? I don't see you dancing around doing videos.
No.
So you watch sports videos. Like, what kind of sports videos?
I watch golf trick shots, and that's how I broke my driver shaft. And
there we go.
And that actually falls into one of the things I was going to talk about, TikTok. So, excellent point, Kel. I'm glad you brought that up. So, go ahead.
And then I also watch like soccer videos. There's people on there who do like tutorials of soccer moves.
How long do the videos last? Is there a limit?
Yeah, 1 minute.
So it's under 1 minute. Okay. So a little platform, kind of like Twitter, limited space.
Right. And actually, TikTok is where a lot of these horrible internet challenges come from, like the forks in the light sockets and all.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. A lot of these bad internet challenges that the
Right.
teens are doing come from places like TikTok.
I gotcha.
So when Kel said that's how he broke his club watching trick shot videos, is like perfect.
That's a good point. So, Kale, tell us about this trick shot that you performed poorly.
Now, my question is, when the club broke, was that the way it was supposed to do, or was that a fail?
Oh, that was not supposed to happen.
Okay, so proceed.
There's this. He does YouTube and he posts videos on TikTok, but he would have his friend bounce a ball on the concrete behind him, and then he'd hit it out of the air and launch it like 300 yards.
So kind of like the old Tiger Woods trick. Tiger Woods used to bounce it on his club, and then he would swing and hit it. So you're trying to hit a ball out of the air.
Yeah, I tossed it up, and as it was going down, I swung and tried to hit it, but it didn't hit the club face. It hit the shaft and snapped it in half.
Oh, boy. And how old was your driver at this point?
2 or 3 weeks.
Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah. Good idea.
So now, Dave, tell me again why TikTok's a good thing.
Yeah. So Kale, what'd you do about your driver shaft?
I bought a new one.
There you go. So, lesson learned in our household: you break it, you gotta pay for it. So, using his hard-earned money from in here doing these shows to buy himself a new driver shaft. How much was it?
$80.
That's a nice $80 TikTok mistake. So, all right, kids, if you're out there listening to this show, be aware. You pull a knucklehead move, gotta pay the consequences.
Play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Yeah. There you go. Does that resonate with you, Kale? Are you gonna try it again?
Probably.
Yeah. I knew where that was going.
I was gonna say I've known Kel long enough that that $80 it slowed him down, but it didn't stop.
Right.
I'll use a steel shaft next time.
Yeah. I can do this trick. Let me show you. Give me your driver.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with TikTok? Now that we know what it is, it's a platform, 1 minute videos, different applications. What's the news?
So President Trump is proposing a ban on TikTok, and so the government and TikTok are in this big battle, and then Microsoft's throwing its hat in the ring. So I'll get to Microsoft here in a minute. But President Trump is stating that TikTok will be banned in the U.S. over how the Chinese-owned company uses Americans' data. The video app says it's here for the long haul. In a video shared on Twitter Saturday, TikTok's U.S. General Manager Vanessa Pappas thanked the millions of Americans who use TikTok every day bringing their creativity to joy into their daily lives. Trump's threat to bar TikTok comes as the administration investigates whether the app's Chinese parent company ByteDance is harvesting data from Americans. So Trump's urged emergency economic powers or an executive order to ban the Chinese-owned company from the U.S. as soon as last weekend, but that's still in the air. And actually, the U.S. Navy last year urged its service members to delete the app from government devices.
Yeah. So, okay. So, looking at a ban, looking at possible being bought by Microsoft, yeah, I don't know. That gets crazy. And then I see here on the thing, Pompeo says that, only if you want your private information in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah. I don't know, devil's advocate on my side. If what app doesn't go to somewhere else to be handled for fixing your problems or whatever? I mean, we make fun a lot. There's a running joke about, hey, if you need help, your call center goes to India anyway.
Right.
So a lot of our, and I don't know, maybe that's just misinformation on my part, but I'm assuming if you have trouble with Google or whatever, where's their call centers?
A lot of them, they don't have call centers. It's all online chat, email.
Really? So there's no
social media presence.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. If you play with those apps, your information is going somewhere.
Right.
So, but so they're trying to limit the damage there going out of the country. We'll see how that goes. That'll be an interesting story to see how that plays out.
Yeah, from my standpoint, of course, being the IT guy, I have to look at privacy is one of the many hats I have to wear. I can see completely. Of course, I have this discussion all the time of sometimes the government entities kind of overstep their bounds, but this one I kind of have to agree with them because this is a fully Chinese-based company,
right?
That all of a sudden has made huge waves in American pop culture.
Yeah.
And we have no idea what information they're getting and what they're doing with that information. Just in the last story alone, Google's an American-based company, and if you use their social media platform, they took your private information that you was completely unaware of. So if an American company that you trust, or at least semi-trust, does that, what's that say about this overseas company?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Yeah, and that's I don't know. And if you look at it in a trust issue, then Google broke the trust.
Right.
And they're American-based as well, so kind of, what do they do with it?
Right.
I don't know, Kel, do you make TikTok videos? Like, did your Broken Shaft make a TikTok video? No.
Okay. I was just
an
messing
observer?
around, yeah.
Okay. Anyway. Okay.
So Microsoft is actually looking at purchasing part of the TikTok service. They're looking to purchase the service for the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and Microsoft will own those operations for those areas.
Is there any indication that they'll sell it?
They are in heavy discussions with TikTok to actually make this happen because TikTok is so big and so popular that it's one of those they almost can't afford to not handle it.
It'll be interesting because I imagine even if it doesn't sell, how do you keep American users from using it if it's that popular? It's kind of a catch-22,
Right.
It's so popular they're going to use it anyway. I don't know. It's a tough call, but
it's
that's what their job is to work out.
Right. It's one of those, even if President Trump does make this executive order that, it will stop, almost a big chunk of the usage in America trying to access TikTok, but as the internet goes, there are ways around it. It's not going to stop it completely, but it will slow down tremendously if that happens.
Interesting. Okay, well, TikTok users of the world, be aware that there is the muddy waters ahead.
Yes.
And watch your videos while you can, and try your silly stunts while you can.
Safely.
I'm looking at Kale, because we'll see what happens. Okay. Well, TikTok, news update number 2. Now, on to news update number 3, Google Play Music. So Google's in here twice, Joe.
I know.
This is a rough week for Google.
Yeah. Well, actually, this one's kind of good, kind of bad.
Okay.
Google Play Music, we mentioned it a few weeks ago that they was going away and YouTube Music was stepping in. So they will actually be shutting down services starting in September.
Now, I think you mentioned this once earlier, right? That
Yes.
you had to transfer your files over to something else?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so as September comes around, you will not be able to use the Google Play music service. So you won't be able to buy music or anything like that. but you'll still be able to transfer your music until December.
Leave that up so Joe can see it.
Yeah. Yes,
Sorry,
Kel just popped up.
Yeah, he pulled up the TikTok video of the guy he was trying to mimic. So this guy's sitting down and hits it. He hit it a mile, too. Yeah, I don't know how you messed that up. Probably the fact that you didn't have someone helping you. You weren't in a good spot to do it. Yeah.
And it's hard to how many golf clubs he broke before he actually made that lucky shot, too.
Yeah. All right, anyway, we got sidetracked. Google Play Music, back to that.
Okay, so they're going to start shutting down Google Play Music and start rolling it into YouTube Music. And the shutdown will start in September in Australia and New Zealand, while the app will stop working in October for the rest of the world. So if you live in Australia and New Zealand, everything's going to start shutting down in September. Everywhere else you have, it's going to start in October. At that point, you won't be able to stream from the Google Play Music app at all, or from web streaming. If it's associated with Google Play Music, as far as streaming goes, it will no longer work after September or October.
Yeah. Now, Joe, this is on a personal note for me. This is why I don't go to change. Like, I don't have to have the shiniest, newest, whatever. And I avoid all these problems.
Right.
Like when Google Play Music came out, I didn't even go that direction. I stayed with Pandora, I guess, or Spotify. I don't even know when it came out. But see, problem solved.
Well, this is where if you actually bought music or you uploaded your music library on
See,
there.
I don't do that either. Problem solved.
You and Cena have so much in common. So I'm saying you're like Cena, you had this little stack of CDs sitting there. Yeah.
I got a record player, actually. So, yeah, we ventured into the vinyl. So we're going backwards in time in our household. That tells you something, right, Kel? You enjoy the record so much? He's shaking his head no.
Yeah, that's what I saw a news story a while back, and it was just crazy where vinyl and cassette tapes are making a comeback.
I haven't seen cassette tapes, but vinyl has blown up.
Yes.
There's there are groups on Facebook where they have auctions for records every day.
Yeah.
You can go on in the evenings, or I don't know, probably during the day, but people will sit there and auction a record off live on Facebook Live, and you buy a record, and I say record, it's supposed to be called album. Buy an album, and they mail it to you.
Yeah.
And, some of them are outrageous.
Yeah, and it's like stuff that you could probably pick up at a yard sale 2 years ago for 50 cents a piece.
Yes, yeah, and I've found some yard sale stuff. Myself and Katie, my daughter, she wanted a record player. She actually started this, wanted a record player, and we got, like, Stranger Things. Now, Walmart sells records, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And they sell them $20-25 each. Some of them are $30. But some of the ones that are, I don't know, go for $100-150. And newer bands that make albums charge a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can go back and find a lot of the ones where there's a bunch out there, and you get them for, $5-10 each. But it's pretty amazing. It's a neat little subculture to get into, and but a lot of good music. We've been getting soundtracks, like Almost Famous soundtracks, of the older movies, Grease, stuff like that has really good soundtracks.
Right.
So it's pretty neat. We throw them on at dinner time and listen to an album as we eat dinner. So if you're interested, there's a whole culture out there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, just how what's old is new again, basically.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And that's, if you're tired of Google Play shutting down on you and taking your music away from you, then get you a vinyl album.
That is one thing I've always been a fan of. Digital media is great. Don't get me wrong. I have no very many gripes about digital media, but having physical media you can't go wrong with.
Well, and I say that tongue in cheek because when we exercise every day, I listen to Spotify with my earbuds, and my phone tracks where I run and how much I run and my speed and all that stuff. So, yeah, don't be fooled listening to me. I really like my vinyl albums, but then again, I delve into the digital world too. So,
right.
And Kel sets up my playlist for me, my workout list and my driving list. So, I got it made pretty well.
Yeah, you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, so all you have to do to transfer your music library from Google Play Music to YouTube Music is there is a data transfer tool available, and you can just go on your Google or your YouTube Music app, or there's actually a website as well that Google has set up that you can actually transfer it. Literally, all you have to do is log in and say transfer, and I did it this morning, and I had a few hundred songs on there.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't aware. Apparently, at some point over the years, I downloaded Google Play Music, and all this music I'd accumulated just uploaded itself to Google, I know I had to set it up like that. I just forgot about it. Because I thought, well, I've probably got 5-10 songs on there, and I had several hundred. I thought, and I was shocked. So I turned it on just to see how long it would take, and it said, we'll let you know when it's ready. And, about 30, 45 minutes later, I got a notification said, hey, your music library is ready. So I'm already transferred and ready to go on.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Joe, because when we started up this internet radio station, you brought us like 1,000 songs.
Yeah.
on a flash drive. So I know you have a music catalog, which I didn't take you for a music guy. Now that I think about it, I didn't realize you were a big music guy like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of the things if I'm working by myself, I'll crank the music up, just crank it up to 11, as they say, and just
And that you had a wide collection, a big variety.
Yeah.
So, nice library that got our internet radio station started. So nice. All right, cool stuff. So Google Play Music, get your stuff transferred. You're running out of time.
Yeah, you have until December, so you still have plenty of time, and it's not a hard process. You go to the website, you click transfer, and as Ron Popeil would say, you set it and forget it.
There you go.
All right, Cale, did you understand that reference?
Does that mean anything to you? No.
I say we add a new addition to the show, Dave, called Cale, Do You Get It?
Yeah.
And we throw out these references and see if Cale gets it.
Well, it's funny. When he started golfing, I had him watch Caddyshack, the movie, with me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy. You look back at all the good actors that were in that.
Yes.
Rodney Dangerfield, a big comedian.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray, a big comedian. Chevy Chase, big comedian.
Yeah.
And they played movie roles, but brought their comedic side to the film. And I don't know, what'd you think of Caddyshack?
It was good.
Yeah, so he got a kick out of it. A, because it had golf in it, and B, because it's a kind of a spoof movie.
Right.
But pretty funny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what's amazing to me is like the movie Tin Cup with Kevin Costner in it. I tried to find that, and I was like, hey, we'll watch another golf movie. And, man, you got to pay like $4 to rent those movies online.
Isn't it crazy?
I'm like, that movie was on TV 10 years ago every other day, and you could watch it for free, and now I got to pay for it? It's unreal.
Now, speaking of golf movies, did you at least show him Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, he's seen
Okay.
You keep nodding your head, buddy, but this is radio. You got to use your words. There you go. The producer behind the scenes, he's not used to have to talk very much, so he just head shakes. Oh, boy. Kids today. Anyway.
Yeah. So Ron Popeil was his TV pitchman. He was... I'm trying to think of any modern TV pitchmans, Dave.
I saw Tony Little the other day.
Yeah.
He's in a commercial now.
Yes.
And my wife and I, Cheryl, both, I was like, Tony Little? And she's like, yeah, the Gazelle guy. I was like, there he is. And so pretty interesting. Nowadays, I don't know.
What's that?
They do the Flex Seal guy.
Flex Seal, yes.
Seal commercials? Yeah. The guy says, and it'll seal up any hole. That's a pitch guy. They used to do a quick infomercial on TV.
And Ron Popeil, he had a lot of stuff back in the 90s. He had the Pocket Fisherman, which was this pocket-sized fishing pole that once you get to the lake, it would extend out.
Telescoping deal.
Yeah. He also had the electric food dehydrator, which Mom and Dad still have theirs in a closet somewhere in their house.
Yeah.
And the set it and forget it, he sold these little rotisserie ovens, which Mom and Dad also have one of those as well.
Yeah.
And like you'd put a little chicken in it and put it in there, turn on the timer, you set it and forget it. That was a catch on that one. You just put your chicken, your ribs or whatever, you turn it on and just let it cook and
be ready soon. Yeah. Don't have to mess with it. So now you know, Cale. You can use that on your friends. Set it and forget it. See, they won't know either.
Yeah, I kind of like it's just watching the deer in the headlight look as we explain our old foginess.
Yeah, that's part of it. I like to use 80 movies quotes a lot. Like "You're killing me, Smalls."
Yes.
Or "You'll get nothing and like it, Spalding." So now I was using that on him for a while, and then he watched Caddyshack, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's Spalding."
Yeah.
So did it make more sense after that? They get in the head nod.
Yeah, I could see you being him.
No, that's just me. Turned it around on me. These kids.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I see you got a glass of water in here.
Yes.
Product review time.
Yes.
And what are we getting into? What are we dunking in the water? I always like water. Is it something to seen us? That's what I really want to know.
No, this is not something to seen us, but if it does not work, I may use hers. So this is week 3 of Wyze reviews.
Yep.
So and today,
another Wyze product.
Yes, we are reviewing the Wyze Band.
Nice. What camera you got on, Cale? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, okay, since we're going to use that one, Dave, I'm going to let you do the honors once we get to that point.
Listen, if you're putting Cena's stuff in the water, I don't want involved really.
No, it's my stuff, so we're good.
But you're stealing hers if it goes bad, which makes it hers. So
Okay, Dave, how about this? I will permanently borrow hers. I won't steal, I'll permanently borrow.
Yeah, I see where this is going. It's a trap. All right, so what do we got? I know now you reviewed the Wyze, the little camera.
Yeah, the Wyze Cam version 2.
And then the big one that
the Wyze Pan Cam.
Pan Cam, yep.
Yes.
Which are all amazing.
Yes,
and
for the prices as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then and now you got the what's it called?
It's the Wyze Band.
Wyze Band. Okay. What all does it do?
Okay, so it's a fitness band. It's a fitness tracker. It has Alexa built in. It has a 24/7 heart rate monitor.
Nice.
You can sync it with your phone, and you can get phone and app notifications, which I absolutely love.
Yep.
It is 5 ATM water resistance, which means it can be waterproof up to 50 meters or 164 feet for 10 minutes.
Here's the crazy part. If you're 50 meters underwater, and I've always wondered about this, why they tell you that the watches are good for 50 meters. If you're 50 meters, that's like 150 feet down. You better be scuba diving.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what does it matter?
Exactly. Kel, don't show your dad the price.
Okay.
I want to do how much would you pay?
Gotcha. So, yeah. So, Kale's pulled up the information here. Start the morning by turning on your lights so you can hook it up to your lights if it's all internet access.
Yeah, it works with all your other Wyze products.
Yep. And turn on your home fan, your Wyze cams. Nice, okay. So it has an Amazon Alexa built in. So is Wyze tied to that, or they just make a deal?
They just make a deal. They
Okay.
just integrate it with their software.
So they're their own company.
Yes.
Any idea where their origin is?
I do not know, honestly.
Kale, search and see where Wyze is.
Originally from.
Yeah.
And it also has the stretch reminder, which I have found very useful. If I'm sitting at my desk working for an extended period of time, it'll vibrate and look down and goes, time to stretch. And so I get up and take a quick little walk and come back. So that is one feature that I truly, really enjoy.
So how close is it? Have you owned a smartwatch before?
Yeah, I had a Fitbit several years ago, one of the originals.
So this company is actually based in Seattle, Washington. Nice. It's Wyze Labs is a small startup formed by former Amazon employees that aims to mass produce high quality gadgets. Huh. Pretty cool. So straight out of the West Coast. Nice. Okay.
And the battery life is amazing. You can get anywhere from 7 to 14 days.
Yep. Hold on. So let's back up. Have you had a smartwatch before?
Yes. Well, I had a fitness tracker. I've not ever had a fully smartwatch.
Samsung or
right.
Okay. I have the Samsung, the old one, whatever the old one is, smartwatch, and I use it when I coach soccer just to keep track of time and so forth. Mainly use it for that. But interesting. I know mine had the same thing. It would tell you 10 trunk twists. You have been immobile for an hour. So you do trunk twists and stuff like that just to get as a reminder. So that is pretty neat and helpful.
So with all these features, Dave, how much would you pay?
Man, you're probably asking the wrong person because I don't wear a watch, except for like soccer practice,
right?
Or track practice.
I
gotta say my Samsung one is like several $100s, but I got it as a promotion way back when. But I know the cost is up there, so doing everything that it does, yeah, man, this is tough because their cameras are so daggone cheap.
Exactly.
But yet a smartwatch is very. How much is a Fitbit? Any idea?
About $150.
Okay, so I would say at least $100 then.
$24.99 is the retail price.
Holy cow!
Yes.
That is unbelievable.
Yes.
To get all those features for $25.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, breaking open the market.
Exactly.
Is everybody else mad at them?
I think so. It's
Has
one of
anybody tried to shut them down?
Well, it's one of those. I think everybody's just too tight-lipped. It's one of those sayings, "We'll pretend that they're not here" kind of deals.
Don't promote them accidentally.
Yeah. If we ignore it, maybe it'll go away kind of deals.
I could see that.
But Wyze is making too big of a splash to.
That's amazing.
Too big to ignore. I know.
Amazing. Well, and I'll use my car bumper reference. Man, you buy a molded car bumper, it's $900. But you can buy something like that has tons of parts, a computer, and all this connectability for $25.
Exactly.
And Kale will probably wreck my car and tear the bumper back off, where your watch will probably last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I didn't wreck it. That was you.
You were in the car when it happened, so you get the blame.
Yeah. Yeah, if he goes on TikTok and starts watching driving stuff, we're all in trouble.
Stunt driving videos. Yeah, I see where this is going. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you bringing that up.
Happy to help. Okay,
so $25.
Yes.
That's amazing. Okay.
So before we get into the pros and cons, because depending on how this goes, this will depend on the addition of a pro or a con.
Con here in a hurry. Won't withstand a glass of water.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty nice.
Can you see the glass of water?
Well, I'm going to actually hand it to you, Dave, and you can hand it up in the camera, and I'll let you dunk it.
I don't want to, man. Although that makes me feel better. It's only $25.
Yeah.
I say only, but
right.
I wouldn't say $25.
I'm going to slide the glass of water over to you.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let you dunk it in there.
Okay. So I'm just going to let it completely submerge.
Okay.
So here we go, face first.
How long?
Well, let's leave it here for a couple minutes while we at least do the pros.
If it starts bubbling up and looking like it might go off, we have to take evasive action. Right. Emergency exits to the rear.
And then we start adding the cons list.
Yeah, you might be in trouble. You're going to have trouble getting out of here. You're pretty spry, though. You'll get out of here quick.
Yes, so the podcast, you may not get our reaction, but the live viewers on the video, yes, you will get our live reaction.
You see us running, you know what happened.
Exactly. So the pros, the price.
Right.
$25.
Goodness. $25 is outrageous.
Yes.
Now, where are you buying this at? Where do you buy your Wyze products?
Straight from Wyze.
Straight from them? Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be a dealer for them?
I would like to. I'm actually trying to figure out how to get into their system to do that.
That's what I thought last time you said you were checking into it. So, okay.
Yeah, because they're makes such great products at a price point like that. I mean, I'd be fooled not to.
And you've had one of their cameras for over a year now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So Wyze, please contact.
At
the bare minimum, we would
fix him up.
Yeah. At the bare minimum, we would love to review more of your products. So please feel free to contact us on that one.
Well, what other stuff do they have that you're interested
They have door locks and smart light bulbs and smart scales and.
Wow. Okay. So they got a whole range of products.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So sorry. Back to your pros. So the pros is obviously a cost.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
The features, just all the features that you get.
Yeah.
And my two favorite features of the smartwatch or the smart band is the notifications, which I love.
Yeah.
And the stretch reminder.
Yeah.
Those two I have become heavily reliant on.
Right, and you're in the technology business, so you spend a lot of time sitting, working on computers, going to places, and then sitting and working on computers, driving.
Yeah.
So that's got to be helpful. I agree, and then. All the features is just amazing.
Right.
I mean, I know if I had to buy a new watch, which my watch battery, it's 2 or 3 or 4 years old now. The battery doesn't last but 3 or 4 hours anyway. But if I had to buy a new one, I would not pay multiple hundreds of dollars for a watch.
Right.
That does other things, obviously, but I just wouldn't pay it.
Right.
So as soon as it goes bad, it wouldn't be an option. But $25, that's an option I would buy.
Exactly. And the customization on my watch face. Okay, Kel, do you know what we're talking about when we say the Mickey Mouse watch? Okay.
Again, can't shake your head, nobody can hear you.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, so years ago, the big thing was people would buy watches with Mickey Mouse on it, and his hands were actually the hands of the clock.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had the white gloves on.
Yes.
Little white gloves.
Yes.
Okay, you can look it up. Google Mickey Mouse watches.
So with the Wyze, you can actually load customize faces on your watch, and I have a picture of Sadie. I actually took one of the pictures on my phone and loaded it onto the watch, which was extremely easy to do through the Wyze app. I mean, there was no hook a cable, do this, do that. You just pick the camera picture, you crop the part you want, and boom, it was there
on your watch. Pretty cool. Now, does it take calls, play music, all that good stuff? I know
no, it will not. It will tell you who's calling, but it will not take the call, and it will not play music. So that's a couple of the small cons, but
I don't even know that it's a con though. Really, I mean, I think my watch will take a call if I want to, but you know how hard it is. I think I tried it one time because I think Kale called me at practice, and I was like, ooh, you know, if he's calling me, then it's probably an emergency.
Right.
And when he first started driving, and Kale, would you care to tell that story? You were off-roading on your way to Sunnybank?
Oh yeah, I buried my Jeep.
So So I get a call, and I wear my watch out on the field, but I leave my phone over on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And so I try to answer, and I'm trying to listen, and I'm trying to talk, and all I could hear out of him was, "I'm over in the ditch, and I can't get out." And so I run back over, get my phone. I have my assistant coach Mario there, so it's not a big deal. Kids were supervised, but they were still within sight. But I get my phone and pick it up. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" So he ends up buried in a ditch on Lick Fork, up to his pumpkin and the transmission and stuff. He's like, "I can't get out. I'm stuck." And how'd the rest of the story go?
Called my cousin and they pulled me out.
Yeah. Luckily, his cousin Austin was available. He was like, "Man, I'm at practice. You're on your own. Figure it out. You're 16. You're driving. If you're going to drive yourself in the ditch."
It was way deeper than what I thought, though.
Oh, yeah.
The water didn't look that
Okay,
deep.
and I've seen your Jeep, Kel. It had to be deep for you to.
It was bottomed out. And he was, 2 wheels were over in the ditch, and his Jeep top was almost touching the bank.
Yeah.
Austin showed up and took pictures of him before he pulled him out, just to make fun of him and let me know. But got him out safely, so it wasn't a big deal. But it's just one of those things. I was like, yeah, okay then. TikTok video in the making, if we don't knew about back then. But that's been a year ago, so he's gotten better. Wait a minute, have you gotten better?
Yeah, I have a car now, so.
Well, I mean, did you end up in that same ditch again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes me think this new driver shaft is not safe.
No.
Because there is obviously a trend here. Get in the ditch once and have to be pulled out, and then 3 or 4 months later, back in the ditch.
Thought mudding tires would make a difference, but yeah.
So it didn't.
It did not. So Alex Mace, he had to get Alex Mace stopped and pulled him out.
Hey, Kel, the definition of insanity is doing the same procedure several times and expecting different results.
I heard that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we've had that talk. So anyway, Adventures of a 16-year-old driver. That's what the story ought to be about in our household. But try and, when you get a Jeep, you're 16, you off-road it.
Right.
And you get stuck and need pulled out. So
See, that's why
life lessons.
That's why Dad drove Dad's Chevy S10, because it was 2-wheel drive and manual transmission, and there was really no screwing around on it that you could really mess things up. It's like if you do something stupid, that's it.
Yeah. In that boat, I got you. Okay. Anyway, I'm not even sure how we got drugged that far off.
Well, okay. So back to the smartwatch.
Oh, the phone call.
Yeah. The phone part of it. I personally would like to do that just for the feeling of being Dick Tracy.
Ah, yeah. James Bond. Or any of the other ones. I got you. It seems neat, but like I say, the one time I tried it, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear very well, and I don't think he could hear me very well through the watch. But
yeah, that's like me. I think I would probably end up using it once and that's it. But I think I'd at least set a ringer on to go calling Dick Tracy.
Poor Cena. That's all I'm saying. Poor Cena. All right, so on the more pros.
Okay, so that was pretty much it on the pros, just the price, the features, and
is it comfortable? Do you have any problems with it? Do you wear it at night?
Yeah, I wear it all the time, and it actually comes with 2 different bands, which I love. It comes with that little snap button band I'm not a big fan of, but it's what was on it, so I just used it to see how well it lasts, and it's been holding up pretty good. Sometimes I'll catch myself, I'll put my hand in my pocket to pull something out, it'll snap it, it'll catch it
and take it undone.
But no, I mean, it's not too bad. And then it actually comes with one of the regular hook and boot, like a belt hook.
Right. Hook and loop type
bands. Yeah. So
okay. Well, you think it's been in there long enough?
Yeah, let's take it out.
I'll hand it to you and let you get it away from your computer.
Okay, and it is dripping. And there's Sadie.
Bam. Okay.
So we're good.
Nice. All right. Well, it withstood at least 5 minutes worth of stories.
Yeah.
2 of Kel's off-roading stories with a reference to the golf club deal, and it's still ticking. So that can't even slow it down.
Yeah, I told Cena yesterday what I was doing.
Is safe. That's important.
And Cena goes, "Yeah, it's waterproof." I said, "Yeah, it's what the website says." She says, "No, I know it's waterproof." I said, "How do you know it's waterproof?" She said, "Yeah, I was doing the dishes the other evening." She said, "It may have fell in."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
Trial by fire. It can withstand dish soap, too.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, what are the cons?
The cons, the one thing I don't like about it is if I'm bad about completely ignoring the battery low warning signs, and I'm not talking about just the Wyze band. I'm talking about life in
Everything.
general. Our security cameras, my laptop, my cell phone. Yeah, that battery warning sign. I'm like the person that, you get that low fuel light on your car, and you say, okay, let's see how far I can go before it goes.
I can make it another 10 miles.
Yeah, that's me. So one thing that I'm not a big fan of is. Oh, did you want to see it since it's dried off? One thing I don't like about it is when the battery goes completely dead. When I charge it back up, I have to automatically resync it with my phone because it resets the date and time on it.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Why is that, you think?
I think just the way it's set up, that when it goes dead. Like,
oh, there's no backup.
Yeah.
Right.
Did Ken want to look at it?
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the small things, and honestly, I think that's something they could change in the software, saying, okay, when it gets down to like 2%, show that it's dead, but then hold a little bit to keep the date and time in check.
Well, for $25 though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those. I have to find cons, which is really hard to do with Wyze products.
Yeah, I just mean, for $25, don't let it run dead.
Yeah,
because you got to have a limit somewhere of how much can you get for $25.
Right.
So really, I think you're right. That's a tough con to call out, but then again,
yeah, it's one of those. They're pretty much giving me a Cadillac for $25, and I'm sitting here complaining. Well, it's only a 2-seater, not a 4-seater.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of the product review. But it's interesting that you're right. It would not have at least some sort of little backup.
Right.
But oh well.
And then the other last comment. Oh, by the way, another pro. It is waterproof.
Yeah. Survived the test.
Yeah. And the only other con I had, which is I completely understand why they do it, is it comes with the proprietary charger, which it clips on like has like a little alligator clip on. It clips on the side, and then it connects via these two little metal studs.
I saw
on the
those.
back.
Yeah.
That's my only issue, is if that charging cable goes bad or I lose it, I have to go back to Wyze to.
I got to say though, my Samsung watch is the same way. It has its own little charger, and that's the only way you can charge it.
Yeah.
So if it goes bad or you lose it, you're out of luck. You can't charge it, or if you don't take it with you, that's the real. I've taken it on a weekend trip on accident.
Yeah.
Just wore it out of work on a Friday after soccer practice, and we went to a soccer tournament and had it. And shoot, by the time I got to wherever we were driving to that Friday night, Saturday morning, it was dead. Because I was like, oh, I'll be cool. I'll wear my watch. I'll keep track of the game time. And nope.
No,
like 10 o'clock, it was dead, and I had no way to charge it until I came back to my office where I kept it. So, yeah, that's unfortunately just the downside, I think, of all of them.
Right.
But
yes. So now, to Wyze's defense, that might be by design. So, oh no, my charger's gone bad. Let me go on their website and order a new one. Ooh, look what else they have new.
yeah, a little hooking.
So Wyze, you have me on that one.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that's all of them. That's just part of the deal. But okay, pretty neat stuff. Great review. So thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm assuming automatic thumbs up. But out of 5-star system here, Joe's 5-star system, where are you sitting?
I got to give this one a solid 4.5 stars. And literally, if it would be a perfect 5-star if they would modify the software to where it would have the time and date automatically still sync. Yeah. I mean, it's no big deal when it charges back up and we open the app and resync it, because it probably needs to resync to download my data anyway on my phone, so I can keep track of my steps and all that. So it's not a big deal, right. But
now just to clarify, that's only if you let it run completely out.
Yes.
If you don't let it run completely out, then it stays.
Right. Yeah, and actually what it does is it vibrates and says 20. You have 20% remaining. Right. And when I get that, I'm usually about 2 hours away from being completely out.
Yeah. Or 2 hours away from home and no way to charge it.
Exactly.
I understand. I've been there. I'm 5 exits away and I passed the last gas station.
Yep.
We can make it. Yeah. Yep. All right, well, that's a good, that's a funny mentality to have, but I like it. Hey, we'll take some risks. Okay, so great product review then, and what's it called? Wyze Band?
Wyze Band.
Yeah, so go online and check them out. And so far, you've been really happy with the products you do have.
Yes.
What's going to be your next Wyze purchase, you think?
Well, let's see what Wyze can, if Wyze wants to send us anything first.
I got you. I thought you were going to say, let's see what Cena lets you buy.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, I'd seen it was on there the other day, and she's going ooh and on a lot of stuff. So I don't think we're going to have much trouble
getting it approved.
Yeah, getting it approved and saying, hey, we need to try this. But Wyze, again, If you guys want to send us any of your products that we have not reviewed, we would love to review them, especially the outdoor cameras.
There you go. Yeah, the outdoor cameras will be next on the list then. Okay, all right. Well, another great show. And again, this is show 27, and you're here with Help Desk with Joe, sharing for the community and stuff. If you have any questions about any of the Wyze products that you have and that you can share with, or any of the other updates, or just technology in general, get a hold of Joe. So, Joe, how do they get a hold of you?
Give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at AM Digital Tech for all that.
Nice. And, of course, A&M Digital Technology locally for us here, which is a good thing. And we're getting ready. We're going to step down to the office here and release a big announcement, a technology announcement for our community that you're involved in. So,
one of the few good things that's benefiting everyone, giving effort in this COVID world.
Yep. So good stuff.
Little ray of hope.
Yep. So good stuff getting ready to break out here. We've been hinting at this news story for the past 2 weeks, but today's the day. So we'll break that out. So check out our Facebook page to see that news. All right. Well, Kel, we'll let you lead us out of here. And again, if you're local, if you're not local, regional, nationwide, whatever, get a hold of Joe and Cena. They'll take care of you at A&M Digital Technologies. They power all our stuff here, including all our video shows, our virtual education platforms we're sending out, and the internet radio station, our Facebook stuff. You just covered a charity golf tournament for us on Friday night,
which was fun, by the way. Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah,
if you have a couple minutes, let's go through that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, throw it out there. So talk about your side of that deal.
Okay, so Patch was doing a golf tournament with their annual golf tournament.
Yep, we raise funds for our high school students locally that are Typhoon and Raise members. They're student groups that do community service and service learning, and we give college scholarships every year. And the golf tournament's one way we raise those funds.
But this year was a little different.
Yep.
And it was a night tournament.
Yep. And that's our this was our 4th annual Charlie Kuhn Memorial Golf Tournament. And Charlie worked for us for 9 or 10 years teaching job skills and construction skills to students. And so we did it in his honor. He was a big golfer and helped us out a ton.
Yeah, Charlie was a great guy.
Yeah, taught a lot of kids in the community some good job skills, how to frame, paint, plaster. He renovated the second story here of the Committee on Aging. He renovated this room that we're in, and then in one of the buildings over at Ripley that we use for our after-school program. So great guy. Good memory for him. I was glad to have that. But again, a little bit different as you were saying. So walk us through it.
Yeah, so this year it was a night golf tournament, and golf has never been a sport that I would participate much in, and I think we had that discussion last week on the air about me almost taking out Cena's grandma's shed window, and that's reason number one why I don't do things like that.
Well, hey, Kel could teach you some trick shots. He's really good at it.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Oh, and there's the video again.
Yeah, you still want us to see more of this cat that's able to hit a drive out of the air.
Okay, so. Anyway. It was a night golf tournament where instead of going during the day, of course you do it at night, and the rules were basically the same except you had light up golf balls, you had the holes lit up, and then you had glow sticks all throughout the course so everybody could keep track of where they was at on the course.
Yep, and it was a pretty neat deal, like you said, at night with fluorescent glow sticks lighting up everything, and then the fluorescent glow balls, which didn't fly as far. It was irons only, because they're solid plastic and the balls will actually break drivers and fairway woods and stuff. So irons only tournament. We played 9 holes. Kel, you got to play in it. Talk a little bit about your experience.
The first 2 were rough because I couldn't see what I was hitting in the dark.
And then you broke the glue stick and...
No, it's just the ball was there, and then I'd swing back and I just saw the ball, and I ended up missing a few times, but after that I had my teammates shine the light from behind, and I could actually see where my club was going to hit the ball out, so it made it easier. Yeah,
and you're a pretty avid golfer, but you also had a couple ringers on your team. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Emerson was good. She ended up bouncing one off a tree branch, and it went onto the green about 5 feet from the hole.
Yeah, and a little bit about Emerson. Now, he's saying that, but you got to realize Emerson Simons is the Callaway Girl Golfer of the Year for West Virginia.
Yeah.
And has won a ton of tournaments through this summer, playing all throughout the state.
Oh, yeah.
And is just a phenomenal little golfer. And she's a sophomore? Going to be a sophomore?
Yeah.
So she's going to be a sophomore in high school this year. But so Cale, being the avid competitor he is, quickly got Emerson on his team.
Right.
And then talk about the rest of your team.
Well, I also had Katie and Mom, so.
Yeah. He made some very smart moves there. He got his mom involved, so she used her business, Swallowtail Soaps, to pay the entry fee for everybody.
Ah, smart.
So, yeah, so he didn't have to pay anything. He had a ringer player, and how'd you end up?
We got second.
Yeah, so.
There you go.
We also had 3 women hitting from the women's tees, which that's pretty good.
Did they use any of your drives?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
I was going to say it'd be hard to because, like you said, Emerson hits the ball a ton, and your mom hits the ball really good. Katie hits the ball really good. So you had a pretty good advantage having 3 ladies play from the closer tees, but a lot of them weren't very much closer.
I'd hit a good shot, and then they'd get up there and
sneak it in closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, interesting golf tournament. If you've never done a night golf tournament, it's a blast.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the heat of the day and all that.
Made it super nice.
Actually, because you and I was actually interviewing all the teams that came through, which was fun. And actually, the one thing we heard consistency was actually some people golfed better, and they found this to be the actual true equalizer for everybody.
Yeah.
Because nobody had ever done it before.
Well, and we really thought, Kel and I talked beforehand, we thought like Bob Zdanek and John Varda, who golf every day out there, would have a huge advantage.
Right.
Because they're really good golfers. They're scratch golfers. But really, they got third place, and they had Zach and Catherine on their team, so they had a lady golfer as well to get closer on some of the holes. And Zach's a heck of a good golfer. But the equalizer, being at night, using solid plastic balls that do not react like regular golf balls,
right,
and irons only.
Right.
If you take the driver out, which is a lot of intermediate to poor golfers' biggest handicap, and that'd be a good golfer's huge advantage.
Right.
Now it's a level playing field.
Right.
So pretty neat to see. So anyway, yeah, and you did a lot of the work on that. You did all the interviews, the team photos, did some live broadcast stuff. So yeah, again, pretty neat experience. Great job at A&M Digital Technologies. We got to stay out late. Nobody got in trouble.
Yeah, it was one of the few times being out late we was actually still being productive.
Yeah, so good stuff. All right, well, if you haven't seen those, go on A&M Digital Technologies Facebook page or Patch 21 Facebook page, and you can watch the videos and check out some of the stuff. Pretty neat stuff. But we really appreciate you coming out, Joe. That was a huge help.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun, and it flew by. We were out there for roughly 3 hours from probably 8:30. Well, actually, we were out there longer, from 7:45 until, I don't know, what time did...
about 2 o'clock.
2 a.m. We got packed up and out of there, so we were out there a long time, almost 5 hours. But it flew by.
Yeah, it flew by. Well, and what was funny was, being rural Roane County, there was the cell phone signal wasn't great, but still that would... Just the way everything worked out was, we would do a video and had plenty of time to get it uploaded. And as soon as literally the video would upload, the next team came around. So I mean, it was a steady flow.
Yep, we stayed busy.
Yes,
and we got to watch a little bit of hole 9. You could oversee hole 9, so pretty good stuff. All right, we'll end on that. Kale, you ready to take us out of here? Show 27 here. Help Desk with Joe, helping out our community, helping out the folks out there in the podcast world, and out on the line. So. Okay. Joe, anything else we need to add? We covered a lot of stuff today.
I think we're good this week.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back next week with more Help Desk with Joe. Make sure you tune in. And, Kale, take us on out of here.
This is Kale, and you've been listening to Help Desk with Joe with Patch Turned Up. Stay tuned in for more podcasts, music, news, and updates from our Patch students. Patch, community, and children first. This concludes our Facebook broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tune in and join us next time for more Help Desk with Joe.